Hey, bless up, y'all. King Kevin in the building. It just came to my attention that there's a huge protest going on right now throughout the continent, motherland of Africa, in response to the assassination attempts against Ibrahim Traoré, who is the president of Burkina Faso. Now, you got hundreds of millions of people protesting right now as we speak. Today's April 30th, 2025, Wednesday. And the only problem I got with it is that this protest should have been a global venture, a global stance against the oppression of our people throughout the motherland, throughout the Caribbean, especially in Haiti. But how France, the US, and the other powers that be, that constantly pillage, constantly steal, constantly trying to tarnish somebody's name, always having their hand out with a gun, with a handshake in one hand and a gun in the other. Now, Ibrahim Traoré, if you've been hiding underneath a rock, is the president of Burkina Faso, and he knows the history of his country. And he's turned things around. He's turned things around so much that the white folks can't stand it. He kicked out France out the country, kicked out the military bases, shut down the U.S. military bases there, the French, so-called French mines in Burkina Faso, which is in West Africa. You know what I'm saying? And that name was changed to Burkina Faso, which means the land of the upright man. And he changed it because before it was called Upper Voltaire, which is a French name when the French was colonizing the country. So there's so many things I can say about him and what he representing for all of black folks worldwide. But I just love the fact that Africa came together for the most part. You know, you got the coons out there. For the most part, letting people know, look, we're not going for it. You're not going to do him like I did Gaddafi. You're not going to do it like I did Gaddafi back in 2011, October 2011. Not going to do it. You're not going to do him like I did Thomas Sankara back in the late 80s when he was assassinated. Not just him, his whole cabinet. You know, you got mothers, fathers, staff members who were just there working, meeting, dealing with the country's business, their affairs, putting their country first and not second, not being dependent on nobody. Turned the country around. And guess what the French soldiers did? They murdered him, assassinated him, and everybody that was there. If I'm not mistaken, it's about 13 people. But the point I'm just saying is that we need to unite with these brothers and sisters, because this victory, by protecting him, it's going to change the trajectory of the future of black people worldwide. I repeat, by protecting Ibrahim Traoré, who's a former soldier, probably always a soldier. Once a soldier, always a soldier. I was once told by an OG. You know, so he's not one of these, you know what I'm saying, paperclip or paper soldiers pushing pins around. This guy is somebody who get it, you know, who got it in the mud, who understands, you know, he understands blood, he understands, you know, life and death. You know what I'm saying? He understands the power of the gun and the tongue and the pen, which makes him different because he's using the pen, he's using his leadership skills, he's using his spirit, the history of his ancestors, Thomas Sankara, Captain Thomas Sankara, you know, getting things right, setting the record straight. This brother is doing something that the country, the continent of Africa, and all 53, 54 countries of Africa, all the Caribbean islands need to follow suit. I wish Haiti had a leader like that. You know, Haiti probably only had maybe three, I would say three great presidents. And I say three great presidents because these presidents, well, leaders rather, you know, they put Haiti first. They put the selfishness, they put away the oppressors, they you know what I'm saying, the greed to the side, and they literally put the country first. But with all these puppet presidents that Haiti's been having since, Alexander, Pétion, you know what I'm saying? All of them. Like, they just sold Haiti out. Good Golf Sam, whatever his name is, they sold Haiti out. Papa Doc, Baby Doc, sold Haiti out. Sweet Mickey, sold Haiti out. You know what I'm saying? President Aristide was trying to do his thing, and they kicked him out. They kicked him out the country twice. So I'm just saying to say this, y'all. It is time for us to put our country, our differences aside, or what boat stop you took which makes you different or better than this or that person. Because all of this is just the schemes of the Willie Lynch letter. They hate seeing us on top. They hate seeing us being happy and having some proudness in our name and walking, you know what I'm saying, with our head up, our chins high, our back straight, looking you in your eye, shaking your hand, keeping our word, protecting our women, protecting our children. They can't stand it. So I pray Thomas Sankara is bringing back black excellence on a global scale, like Marcus Garvey, the Honorable Marcus Garvey did back in the day, in the early 1900s. UNIA, Universal Negro Improvement Association of colored people, man. He really did that. So shout out to everybody who, you know what I'm saying, out there protesting the continent of Africa, and hopefully we can do another one. But let's not just protest, because there's been countless of examples of where protests don't do nothing. Let us formulate a plan. Do your things individually as individual groups and organizations, for sure. Don't wait on nobody. Cause you wait on a bunch of black folks do something, but chances are it ain't gonna get done. But you get a group with a few proven soldiers who not just gonna talk the talk, but actually gonna walk the walk. Who's gonna get up early in the morning? Who's gonna go to that meeting? Who's gonna set up that protest? Who's gonna lobby? You know what I mean? Who's gonna raise the funds necessary to do what must be done? And definitely some spiritual warriors who are gonna pray and pray that God, you know, continues to bless us with the anointing and grace and mercy and just knowledge, wisdom, understanding. You need those type of soldiers. I'm so proud to say that I am African. Even though I am African Haitian, I am African deep through and through. Whether you're African American, African Jamaican, African Bahamian, African Trinidadian, African Dominican, not Dominican Republic, because those people there, the Dominican Nazis, y'all be on the lookout for that chapter in my book. Matter of fact, I may even write a whole book on it. But it's going to be a pretty large chapter on Dominican Nazis. And I'm going to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all just stay tuned. God bless. Shout out to Burkina Faso. One time for Thomas Sankara. One time for Ibrahim Traoré. You know what I'm saying? Presidents. And y'all be blessed. Be cool, man. And yeah, whatever post you see about the protest, give them a shout out. Share it. Let people know. All right? Much love. Peace.